Hi, coffee time, cheers. I'm Allison, and I want to expand today a little bit on my last video, which talked about going no contact with my mom. And if you haven't watched that, I recommend that you do now. I'll link it right here. I think here. Right there for y'all. Okay. Um, and then come on back here. But if you already watched that, today I want to talk a little bit about my love for my mom and the fact that I just am kind of going with the flow and doing what I feel is best in this moment. And I don't know if it's actually best, but it is right now, so I guess it is. Um, yeah. The first thing is that I have a whole lot of love for my mom. I'm not just doing this out of a place of hate. Um, However, I do have a whole lot of love for myself, and that is kind of why I'm choosing to leave. But yeah, I mean, I formed in my mom's stomach, came out, she nurtured me and raised me, and we had a whole lot of sweet times together. I cannot say that that didn't happen. We went on vacations. There were a lot of times when I was feeling sad, and I thought, I just really want my mom right now. Like, I need a motherly hug. So, yeah, we had a lot of good times, and I love her. She'll always have a place in my heart. She has a permanent residence there. But lately, those sweet times just don't happen. It's almost always guaranteed that a negative experience will arise in me when any sort of interaction with her occurs. Um, I feel anxious when I see her name pop up on my phone or when I know that I'm going to be seeing her because I don't know what's going to happen, but I can kind of predict that it's not going to be pleasant, whatever it is. Um, and when I'm with her, I either feel resentment or I feel really bad for her. And I feel really bad for her partly because I was kind of trained to. That's kind of what she likes. She likes to be pitied, and also because I know that you don't become who she is if you've had a happy and fulfilling life, and you live a happy and fulfilling life. I mentioned she is a narcissist, and that is kind of proven. That's a personality disorder, and personality disorders are extremely hard to live with. Um, as a person with a personality disorder or a person living with someone with a personality disorder. Wow, that's kind of like, say that 5 times fast. You can't do it. Personality disorder, personality disorder, personality disorder. Okie dokie there. Sorry about that. So those are kind of proven to not be genetic. They are they arise from hardships in your childhood, abuse, trauma, neglect. So I don't really know what happened in her childhood, but I can kind of sense that it wasn't super great. And then I know that she's been through hardship in her adult life. Uh, she's been through loss. She's been the caretaker to an ill parent, which is a really hard thing to do. She raised 4 kids, which is also not easy. She gave up her career to do that. So I have a lot of compassion for her. I know that she's been through hard things and internally she's not in a good place. I I don't know. I have compassion for her and I have love for her, but honestly, we all go through hardship and if anything, that should be a reason to love people more. Like knowing that you are or you have been through really hard things, like that's just a reason for me to love you harder and provide you with support and kindness. Um, it's in no way an excuse to treat others bad just because you're feeling like you are having a rougher time than them. Which brings me to another point, and that is that she is so negative that it's draining. Um, every day and every situation is something to like feel compassion for, and like, you know, that lower vibration, like draining sense, like flow of energy, rather than, real and serious hardship, like real illness and real, you know, hard experiences that people do go through, you and I both, and her. When those things happen, when they did happen when I was growing up, I just was kind of desensitized to them because everything was a crisis. Every day was dramatic and draining. And when those things happened, I didn't have any energy for them. And now I want to feel strong most days, and on days that call for a lower energy and like my energy to be focused on like supporting myself or someone else through real hardship. I want to have that headspace to be able to deal with that, the ability to deal with that energy, to care actually deeply about that. If you get what I'm saying. I think I think my message is coming across, but my words are getting a little jumbled, which they tend to do. Okay, so there's that. And then the last thing that I want to touch upon is that I'm just following my gut here. My gut is screaming at me that this is what I need to do right now. And there is no handbook for this sort of thing. There's no, this person did A, B, and C, and therefore they deserve to not be in my life right now. We need a little space from them. There's really just your intuition acting as your inner compass, and you deciding whether or not to listen to that and follow what you feel is right, or continue on a path that feels like resistance and not in alignment with where you're trying to go and who you're trying to be. So I feel really called to just end things for the time being, and I'm going to do that. And if a time comes in the future when I feel a strong urge to rethink this decision and have a relationship with her, then I'll do that then. Or, at least consider it. But right now, I'm following my gut, and it's the right thing to do for me. And that's another thing, is that all of our experiences are so unique. Um, you just can't compare my life to yours and yours to anyone else's. What's best for a person, um, you know, for Bobby isn't going to be the best for Susie. They could have had way worse things happen with their parents and still have a relationship with them going, and they could have had lesser things happen relatively than this person or me, and not really have contact with that person, not even like think about it too hard. Like, it's all relative. All of our experiences are relative, and what works for me may not work for you, and vice versa. And so I'm just doing what I think is best and sharing it with you because maybe someone can relate, and maybe in the future I'll be going through something that maybe you can relate to, and if not, I hope that you don't judge me, because I am living, I am loving, and I love my mom. I love myself. I love you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for hearing me out. And that's all for today. Alright, thank you so much again. It means a whole lot to me that you have watched this and care a little bit. Care enough to watch. So I'll keep you posted on what's going on.